Hello, here's my report on our property's electrical systems for August 2023. Our home is in Huntingdonshire, now part of Cambridgeshire in England. Here's an outline diagram showing the components. You can find further details of these in the description below the video. The electrical energy coming into the property each day from the grid and from our two solar arrays is shown in this first graph, with the figures coming from the daily readings of the two solar generation meters and the electricity meter. The total solar production this month was 738 units, an average of 23.8 units per day, which was slightly better than July. The lowest production was just 5.3 units on the 5th, and the highest was 36.1 on the 10th. 98 grid units were imported, with 3 at normal rate and the rest at economy 7 low rate. The Powerwall was given a boost from the grid on 11 nights. On 6 other nights, the backup percentage was raised to prevent the battery from discharging during the low rate period, with the house taking its requirements from the grid during that time. Last August, we only needed to import 12 grid units. The Tesla app stated that 13.2 units were exported to the grid, which was 1.8% of the total electrical energy coming in and 1.6% of the solar energy produced. That export was lower than usual, but with less coming in, that was no surprise. The solar contribution to the month's electricity input was 88.3%. This second graph shows how the electrical energy got to the property in the car, either directly or via the Powerwall. The car's home charging figures come from the My Energy app, and the Tesla app supplies the rest of the figures. 55.5% of the energy came directly from solar, and a further 32.5% was solar coming via the Powerwall, giving a total solar contribution to the energy used of 88.1%. Our Zappy charger put just 78 solar units into the car, and that was all it needed in a low mileage month when only 151.8 miles were driven. This graph shows the energy going into and coming out of the Powerwall each day, as reported by the Tesla app. 89.2% of the energy which went into the battery came back out. And this is the self-power graph based on figures from the Tesla app, which reported that the proportion of self-power, i.e. energy supplied via the Powerwall or directly from solar, was 93.1%, but some of the energy coming via the Powerwall was of course imported from the grid. And here's the graph showing the solar southwest production over the years since installation. 404 units was the 8th best August out of the 12 years, below the month's new arithmetic mean of 412.3 and the median of 412. And here's the cumulative year-to-date graph for the production from the southwest array. 2023 has continued its drop down the rankings and has fallen to 9th place out of the 12 years for the months January to August. This shows the daily output of the two solar arrays for the past 365 days. The 28-day moving averages finished below where they were last year, despite the uptick after the dismal July. This is the distribution of the energy input and export for the whole of the past year. And this graph shows just the daily solar production over that same period. And the final graph shows a summary of our grid electricity usage over the years since our move here in the summer of 2011. The grey and red lines show the number of low rate and normal rate grid units imported each month as measured on the left-hand scale. The monthly electricity bill is shown by the yellow line on the right-hand scale, and the green line shows the monthly contribution to the feed-in tariff payments for the old Southwest Array's production. That's all for now. Here are the Tesla app graphs for each day of August. Hope to see you again next month.